Hello everyone, welcome to a Q&A that I'm going to be doing for, that I do once in a while every few months, and, okay, so let's start with the very first one, alright, because there's not that many, there's like only 8, alright, so the first one is from Ellie's mom, Anna. Would you prefer iJustine or Slumber Wolf? I prefer iJustine. I like her a lot. I like her, a lot more, and I think it's just because I'm sexually, I think I'm more sexually drawn to her. Not to take away from Cyberwolf, I just find her more interesting. Alright, the next one is, which TLOU character resembles you the most physically? That's really hard because there are a lot of characters in there. But what character that I most usually resemble is I think it might have to be. It's definitely not Anna. Anna, dude, I don't know. I don't think I can reach that level yet, man. I mean, I'm strong, but, you know, she's just like, I mean, that's like dedication. Maybe, I think it may be Joel, because I have that big stretched out chest, you know, and stuff, and, you know, I think I'm like the resemblance of Joel, you know. I don't work out as much as people think I do. You know, I just lift weights, and I run a little bit, and I do a few calisthenics, but that's pretty much what all I do, so I think Joel would answer that question. What's your biggest fear? My biggest fear is my biggest fear is something that a lot of people, it can't happen. This fear can't happen, but my fear is to lose my faith or lose God in my life. I have a very bad fear of that, man. Like I'm really, that's like one of my, it's a big fear, man. I feel like he's gonna be taken away from me, but like I said, it's possible. So all right, the next one is alright, so this guy is talking from a CNN type of stance. So he says, CNN, mysterious infection turns billions of people around the world into monsters. The infection is heading towards your place, so what would you do and why? What would I do if an infection started? Alright, the first thing you want to do is find some sort of weapon. Alright, some sort of weapon. I would try to find a gun and some type of melee weapon, alright? Because the reason for a gun is because sometimes people don't understand that it cannot. There are certain weapons you can have a gun that doesn't have any bullets in there, but it will scare someone because that's what it is. They don't know if there's any bullets in there. They won't know. You're basically you're dancing on death basically, you know. So I would get you don't even need a real gun. You can get like a fake one that looks real, just to scare them, and you know, and get a melee weapon just in case in case you run into something else, and you don't want to waste any bullets or you don't want to make any noise. Best way to do it. And then you find a place, man. You find a place to get good with, you know, and when you run out of food you move on, you know, and you know when to move. That's exactly what I would have done, you know. Alright, yeah, so that's what I would have done. I would have got a gun, melee weapon, and a place to stay, and to keep on moving. That's what I would have done. Alright, which 3 YouTubers would you say are the biggest inspiration for your own YouTube channel and why? TLOU Strategist, he didn't help me come up with a name, but it's inspired by that, because I was always thinking, I was like, you know what, maybe I can name myself The Last of Us, but it'd be too long of a name. What if I just put the abbreviation of it, which is TLOU, and I put my first name in it? So, but you could see some of my stuff is inspired by TLOU Strategy, just like the loadout design. I call it loadout blueprint, you know. Yeah, I don't really have big inspirations. I mean, the way I say things, like when I say "take it easy" at the end of the video, that is inspired by a YouTuber called the Rad Brad. I honestly, the Rad Brad is like my favorite YouTuber. He's helped me through some of my hard times in my life, man. And it's just, I'm really glad that, you know, I got to know who he is, you know, and he's, you know, like I said, he's helped me through a lot of my pain, you know, a lot of my emotional pain and my loneliness I've been dealing with. So yeah, that's what I think, you know. So yeah, those are the 2 YouTubers that really just cling me on, you know. I'll say them again, the Rad Brad and the TLOU Strategist. Those are the only 2, you know. Alright, so that answers your question right there. Alright, are you angry as hell and hateful on the Days Gone like me because it's well-crafted copycat of the Naughty Dog games? Man, I'm not really angry with Days Gone. I'm really not. Because Days Gone and The Last of Us are 2 separate things, man. If you can be inspired by The Last of Us, man, who isn't inspired by The Last of Us? Look how popular it got. Look how anticipated the second game is. This is the developer dream right here, is to have this type of game be so anticipated as it is. It's really not easy to do this, but they're inspired, man. It's impossible if you are a developer. It's impossible not be inspired by The Last of Us. It's like right near impossible. That's how hard it is, and that's it, man. But I'm not angry at Days Gone. I might not even get the game, all right, because like I said, I don't get hyped about a game that I probably have nothing. I don't know anything about the developers. You got to think about the other games that have been released before. They were highly anticipated, and then they actually sucked. They were terrible, and that's the problem. Okay. That's why I'm probably not going to play it, because that's why I don't get my expectations high for any game, because you can be high and anticipated, and then it really is not good. So, yeah, that's my question. That's my answer to your question. And don't worry, I put the names of them up here. Don't worry. All right. Next one. Will you decide not to play TLOU 2 if the Metacritic score for the game will end up being terrible? No. I will play the game. I will play The Last of Us Part 2. I want you to understand that I played this game for the story. I am very, very in love with the story. I don't care about gameplay that much. I care about the story. I want a really good story. So emotion, drama, violence, stuff like that. Romance, stuff like that. I want a Last of Us story. I don't really care much about gameplay. It helps me. I guess I'm attracted to it, and then I go through the story. That's what happened to me in the first game. I couldn't really, dive into the story immediately, but the gameplay made me attached to it, and then I loved it. And after that, it came very. It was pretty awesome. And look what it did to me. So no, to answer your questions, I am not gonna play it. I'm gonna play TLOU 2. I'm going to play The Last of Us Part 2. I'm going to play it. It is something that I want to play, and I've been waiting for about 6 years to play. So yeah, I will be playing it, no matter what it is. If it's bad, it's bad, man. I don't care. But we all know it's gonna be a good game, because when has Naughty Dog ever made a bad game? All right, I think this might be the last question. Yeah, it might be. All right. In your opinion, why people so racist towards Neil Druckmann for the sexuality and religious concepts he puts in his games? And what's your stand in the situation? Hang on. Alright, sorry. And what's your stand in the situation of racism in general? It's disgusting. It's just sad how people are these days. Yeah, I mean, my opinion, Neil Druckmann is a writer, man. He's a storyteller. All right, he does it through games. And dude, if you don't put your religion, your beliefs into the game, then you're not really writing a game. Okay, you're not really making anything. You're just putting things out there. You're supposed to put your beliefs and your views on certain things. He likes a powerful woman. So do I, man. I like powerful women. I can't stand seeing women look at themselves as objectified as sex toys and all this other bull crap in the world today. I like women who are strong and like to be equal to men. I like when I see that, and it lifts my heart up. In religion, I'm a Christian, man. I believe in God. All right. If he wants to put that stuff in there, be my guest, dude. I have played games where people don't believe in God. They actually thrash on my religion, or not my religion, but my faith. All right. They thrash on it, and I still play it. I play games where there's gods. There's like Greek gods and stuff. I play that. So. No, to me, it doesn't really matter to me, man. But yeah, I know what you mean by saying that it's kind of bullcrap that people judge him because of what he puts in his games. Do you really think The Last of Us would be like this without his religious point of views? No, it would be totally different. He needs to put it in there because that's what a storyteller does. That's what a director does into a story. He has to put his views and beliefs in there. Anyone that says, "Oh, it offended me," buddy, if it offended you, don't play the game then. All right, don't play it. It's easy as that. If you don't like the game, don't play it. All right, it's like that when the second trailer came out for The Last of Us Part 2. People were saying, "Oh, it's too gory to be a video game, man." It's supposed to be played by adults, not kids. All right, so being offended is an option. That's a choice. They are choosing to be offended. It's a choice. All right, feelings and choices are not the same thing. All right, so. And then you ask me what's your stand in the situation of racism in general. Racism, man, being racist is something that's been happening for such a long time. It has been happening probably since the day that God made Earth, man. It's been happening for such a long time. All right, it's nothing. There's nothing new about it, and that's why I get so upset when people get upset about racism. Yeah, people are gonna be racist, man. It's called being a human being. And I don't mean to get anyone upset, but you gotta understand that racism is just something that happens. Some people believe that only black people can have the word racist to them. They think they can be the only one hit with racism. No, white people can too. Mexican people can. You know, people all around the world. You can be racist, and racist is basically a stereotypical comment. You know, like me, I wear glasses. If someone says like, "Oh, you're a dork," you know, that's being racist. That's stereotypical. All right. You know, you're throwing me as a stereotype, and that's exactly what racism is. It's just a stereotype. So yeah, that's what I think about that. And you know, and I make videos to bring hope and bring happiness because I know what the world is. I know how bad the world is. You know, that Florida shooting was terrible, man. And you know, then some kid killed himself, and when he was in 7th grade, man, it's just terrible, yo. It's terrible. And I really do. You know, I'm not afraid of anything, and I'm not really afraid of anything. You know, like my biggest fear is just losing God. And that can't happen. You know, that's my biggest fear. But it hurts my heart to hear all these things on the news, and that's why I don't watch news anymore. All right, I used to watch it because I was obsessed with the dangers of this world, but I was like, man, this is just wasting my time. All right, just be safe, guys. You know, be safe. You know, learn from life, man. That sometimes you just can't trust people, man. All right, that's why I don't trust anyone. I trust people at a 30%. People, even my own family. I don't trust anyone with 100%. The only person I trust in this world is God with 100%. That's the only person in the world. The only thing or person in this world is that I give 100% trust is God, because at least I know I can trust him. And some people you just can't. Humans, you know, they're gonna mess up either one way or another, man. But yeah, I mean, racism is pretty. You know, it's pretty. You know, it's something that happens big, and there's cops that go. There's police brutality. They're just some people just go up and kill cops because they think that he's racist, or they think he committed a crime of police brutality. That's bullcrap. Some cops don't, and some people get hate. Some cops get hate, and they're not even doing police brutality, and that's bullcrap. You know, my stepdad, who died of killing himself, was a cop for 10 years. And his PTSD and bipolar got to him, and he got to the point where I'm just gonna kill myself because I have no point in living anymore. You gotta understand, and I've told you, PTSD is terrible, man. It's hallucinations, flashbacks. You know, you'll see. It's like you're visiting that tragic event again. It's not fun. My stepdad died from that. Okay, and that's why every day I fight those feelings. I fight my depression and my loneliness and my anxieties, and my OCD. All right, because I can't leave. I can't, you know. So yeah, I mean, you're right. It's sad how people are. It is. It's really sad, and it's really disappointing how people are these days. And like I said, I try to bring hope and love as much as I can here, man. I do. I try so much. I try really hard to. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the end of it. You know. Yeah, I've always told people, man, don't judge people. Don't judge people, because you don't know what they're going through. You know how they were raised. And to add one more thing about your racism and acts, there's something called freedom and equality. And that is total, excuse my language, but it's bullshit. Freedom and equality is bullcrap. Alright? So many people will come up to me and I would hear on the news, oh, freedom and equality, but they were not having it. In order for you to spread freedom and equality, you have to have it. Alright? You can't be spreading love when you don't have love. Alright? You can't be spreading anything that you don't have. All right, and that's why I think freedom of equality is bullcrap, man. I've been persecuted for my beliefs. I've been told that I'm weak because I believe in God, man. And I can't. And some people are just like that sometimes, and it sucks. But still, freedom and equality can't happen. Maybe in a certain limit, yeah, but it can't happen because no one's that perfect. And no country's perfect. Everyone's gonna have that one person that says it. Or sorry, let me re-emphasize this. Some countries are gonna have hypocrites. There's always gonna be one hypocrite, and the world is filled with hypocrites. All right. If you don't know what a hypocrite is, it means someone who says something, it tells you to stop, and you do it too, and that person who told you does it too. That's a hypocrite. All right, and I try so hard not to be a hypocrite. All right. So, yeah, I mean, so That's that. All right, guys. I think those are all the questions. Let me look one more time. It's very funny how I have 17 views, right? And I only have 8 comments. But I just had to do something for this. All right, I think this might be the video for today. I might do something else, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Yep, I think that's all. Well, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I will do another one in a few months, probably around June when E3's done. Maybe we could do a Q&A then. You know, that'd be perfect. You know, June would be good. I think around June 6th or June 6th through 8th, and I'll do it on June 9th, 2018. June 9th, 2018. I will do a Q&A, and yeah, I do on that day. I will do it because that's the day after E3, and you guys can ask me all the questions you want. You know. So yeah, all right, guys. I guess I got nothing left to say. Just love each other. You know, don't judge each other. Be there for each other. You know, if someone's hurting, man, try to help them as best you can. And yeah. All right. So with that being said, you guys take it easy. Have a good day.